We would like to start Foreign Minister Hayashi's regular press conference. The floor is yours. Allow me to share with you one item. Today, we decided to extend emergency grant aid totaling $2.57 million as an aid for Ukrainians to live through winter, including electricity support in Ukraine. It's expected that through UNHCR will be providing generators and solar lanterns to Ukraine. Well, due to aggression by Russia, various energy infrastructure facilities have been destroyed in various parts of Ukraine. Large-scale electricity outages occurred. In Ukraine, daily, it's getting colder and colder in winter, and the day is getting shorter and shorter. For those Ukrainians who cannot use heating and lighting devices due to outages, for them to live through this winter, this support has important relevance. We will continue to collaborate with the international community, including the G7, and we will support Ukrainians standing with the people of Ukraine as they are faced with this challenge.
Please raise your hand if you have a question. After you have been named, please come closer to the microphone and please state your name and affiliation. Takahashi-san from Asahi Newspaper, please. I'm Takahashi from Asahi Newspaper. With regards to the 3 key national security documents, after revising the documents within the year, what is the schedule for the discussion with the U.S.? There has been some report that there will be a face-to-face meeting, 2+2 meeting with the U.S. next year in January. Is that the adjustment that is currently going on?
Well, the government, by the end of this year, in order to devise the new national security strategy and others, we are trying to fundamentally boost Japan's defense capability. At the same time, the deterrence, further strengthening of deterrence and response capabilities of the U.S.-Japan alliance will also be aimed at. As for the scheduling for the next U.S.-Japan 2+2, nothing has been decided. NHK Iwasawa-san, please. NHK Iwasawa, strengthening of the defense capabilities, including the tax increase, the necessity for the increase of the burden, and also the necessity about the counter-attack capability. The report has been made by the experts meeting. How are you planning to respond to this?
The advisory panel to comprehensively discuss defense capabilities as national strength has issued a report based on the discussions in order for Japan to overcome the severe security environment and to comprehensively bolster the defense capabilities and the financial situation. There have been many experts who have participated and have held 4 meetings. I myself have participated in the meeting and have listened to their precious opinions. With regards to the revision of the national security strategy that will be conducted by the end of the year, this will be based on the report, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will continue to cooperate with the related ministries. Chugoku Newspaper, please. This is Higuchi from Chugoku Newspaper. Next year in May, the G7 Hiroshima summit will be held. It is less than 6 months until the summit. What is the current status of the preparation with regards to security and accepting the heads of states and so on? So what is the preparation thus far?
To hold G7 Hiroshima summit in Hiroshima Prefecture and Hiroshima City, that will be the host places, and also we are collaborating in addition to them, all the relevant ministries and agencies. It's a whole of government preparation. From the place of Hiroshima, we would like to make it a strong summit to show to the world the strong commitment that there is going to be no devastation of nuclear weapons and that we will refuse any military aggression. We would like to be fully prepared. Pan Orient News, Azuhari-san.
My question is, Panoramic News. My question is about the latest missile launched by North Korea. Despite the strict sanctions against North Korea, that country has been successfully launching missiles and reportedly planning to have a nuclear test. Would Japan be ready to recognize North Korea as a nuclear state, and it joins the nuclear club already of 7 countries, including the 5 members of Security Council and Israel, India, and Pakistan? Wouldn't that help bring peace to East Asia instead of the current arms race in the area? Thank you.
On the 18th, North Korea has launched the ICBM-grade ballistic missile, and it has been conducting ballistic missile tests at an unprecedented pace. North Korea's nuclear and missile development is a severe and pressing threat to Japan's national security. Also, it is a clear and severe challenge to the international society and cannot be condoned. Japan cannot accept North Korea becoming a nuclear weapon state. This has also been shared in the G7 foreign minister statement issued on the 21st, as well as in the resolution by the IAEA General Conference in September. So based on this, Prime Minister Kishida, while visiting Phnom Penh, Cambodia on the 13th, held a summit meeting with President Biden and President Yoon, and has shared the recognition that the coordination between Japan-U.S., Japan-Korea, and Japan-U.S. and Korea is more important than ever, and also seeks for a continuous dialogue with North Korea in order to peacefully and diplomatically resolve the issue, and has sought for North Korea to return to the negotiating table. The government will continue to work closely with the U.S., RK, and international society at large, and seek the complete resolution of the national security and denuclearization of the North Korean peninsula. Ihara-san from Mainichi Newspaper, please. This is Miyahara from Mainichi Newspaper. With regards to the open dialogue that Minister has stated, from January next year, as Japan becomes the non-permanent member of the National Security Council member, you have considered having an open discussion on the rule of law. Will Minister be visiting New York in January?
Next January, in the Security Council, we will be chair at the United Nations Security Council. In order to boost the rule of law in the international community, we are planning to hold a meeting whose theme is the rule of law. Regarding my attendance, at the moment, nothing has been decided. Asahi Newspaper, Takahashi-san. Asahi Newspaper, Takahashi. During this period, 3 cabinet ministers resigned. This is unusual. Some people are asking the responsibility of the Prime Minister in appointment. What do you think is the problem held by the government?
As the Foreign Minister, I will not be commenting on the resignation of the other ministers. In any case, I will fulfill my duties and responsibility as a Foreign Minister. Iwasa-san from NHK, please. This is Iwasa from NHK. With regards to the non-payment of the overtime allowance, Minister Kono stated that there has been non-appropriate payment of the additional payment for overtime late in the evening as well as in the weekends. What is the current status?
At MOFA, when the workers had overtime work, for all the overtime hours, the overtime payment has been provided. Since October last year, we also started operating the system for overtime data entry. Against that backdrop, that midnights on weekdays and weekdays holidays, for the application of the overtime rate, it has been confirmed that there is a system-related problem. We are looking into the detail in order to rectify this problem, including the modification of the relevant systems. We are working on this so to respond to this as soon as possible. Pan Orange News, Azhari-san.
Thank you, Azhari again, Panoramic News. Is there any plan by Japanese leader such as Prime Minister Kishida to visit Qatar to attend the World Cup game, especially the last one, final game. Thank you.
As of today, there is no plan for government members to go to the World Cup. Any other questions? If not, we would like to close today's session. Thank you very much.